3. Let's go. Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord. Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. You're back again with me, Mark, and Findy. We have a special guest today that I've known for a little while now, I can say. We'll get to him soon.
Oh, thank you. Can't wait till minute 30 when they finally come in.
Welcome, Tim, to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Woo! Cheers!
Hey! So happy and privileged to be here. Oh my god.
Piece of shit podcast. You're here on the worst podcast on the internet.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, bro.
Yeah. Fucking asshole. But, just a couple of things to get through. First of all, Tim was late to this recording. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. This
I'm
guy,
sorry.
man, he came.
I'm sorry.
He came he was like half an hour late. He was like, "Bro, what do you mean? I'm only 5 minutes late."
Yeah, fucking every time.
Fucking
Last time I
guy,
met him,
man.
fucking 2 hours late.
Fucking guy.
Motherfucker. In London.
I'm breaking up,
fuck
bro.
you.
My connection's really bad. Oh god. I can't,
Shut the
I can't
hell
hear
up.
anything.
Second thing is that let me introduce the podcast.
Oh, that was my that was my epilogue.
Yeah,
asshole.
man. So Tim,
Yeah, okay.
if you didn't know at all, this podcast kind of started off from me and Findy and a couple friends in our uni.
Yeah.
We would chill on our balcony. We would talk music, talk life, talk philosophy on this balcony. And, we would nerd out to music sometimes. And this
Sometimes.
podcast is like a reflection of that. So, like, it's taken that idea of chilling out, catching up with a friend, and
recording it.
taking it to the internet, right? And recording it, basically, essentially. And, we wanted to invite you too, because as you know, definitely, and some people might know, like, you've been one of the friends in my life since I was like 2-3 years old. Like,
Really? You guys have known each other that long?
yeah, man. Like, from, I think the furthest I remember, right, is that Tem was my first friend, along with another one, which is Billy.
Wow.
Another one.
Everyone knows that. Another one.
Wow.
But yeah, Tem was my first friend. I could say that. And
Damn, bro.
it's been a long time. I'm 24 or 5 now. I don't know. I forget. But
I mean, should be 24, bro. Unless
I'm
there's something
24,
you're not
okay.
telling me here.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, no, I've known you for, I would say, 20 years, which is ridiculous.
Damn.
Damn. That's crazy.
Ridiculous. Yeah, man. I guess introduce yourself a little bit, Tim.
All right.
I know you and Findy already know each other. You guys have met, but just for the audience,
We have met.
Yeah, we have met. No. But okay, so my name's May. I'm Mark's girlfriend. I mean, no, sorry.
Nice.
Wrong episode.
Fucking
Sorry.
May.
No. And then yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm Mark's first friend.
Show us your dick. Show us your dick.
Show
I mean,
us your dick.
Wouldn't be
That's a
beneficial
tradition.
for your sense. What? No, I don't think
It's-
I don't think
Every
it's the
guest that
tradition.
comes on has to show their dick.
Was there something
So
in the
did
PK
May.
episode I wasn't sure about?
No.
Fucking
May
hell.
came on the podcast and showed her dick. That's her dick.
Oh, so she's a dude. Nah. I knew you weren't doing
Yeah.
some freaky shit, Mark, but no.
I mean,
But yeah.
that's kind of homophobic, but let's move on from that.
Exactly, man.
No,
finish
who's gonna get
introducing
canceled
yourself.
now?
Finish introducing yourself. Finish introducing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing more to say other than the fact that, well, I'm here because, well, obviously we're doing something that's movie soundtrack or score related, and I pitched the idea to Mark since before he started the podcast. Well, no, when I knew he started the podcast, and after like 30 episodes, I'm finally
And
here.
you had to wait 30
that means
episodes to
something.
invite this motherfucker.
No, dude, I actually invited him. I actually invited him on the second episode, but it took him 30 to be on time.
Oh, nice.
It's ironic because I still watch
No.
it, so-
I'm very thankful that you're on the podcast this week. Just something that Tem didn't talk about. Tem has a degree in film and stuff like that. Tem is also he does this review Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Review source of like for reviewing movies, basically, right?
Wow.
And it's called Maha Reviews, and you
Tim
can
Maha,
go follow
bro.
that. I'll include.
okay,
Tim.
sure.
Well, that's your Instagram, but your review is the another one, right?
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, it's I've shifted completely to Instagram because Facebook wasn't working for me. I was okay. Basically, the origins was that I was a Tumblr boy, and then all my reviews were on Tumblr, and then my graphics were awful. My graphics were like
Wasn't
it would
there
be
a
a
lot of porn
poster.
on Tumblr? I remember that.
I mean, not that I know
Were you
of,
posting
but
porn on Tumblr?
not that I know of,
Porn
but
gifs.
you know,
Your
4
dick
now
on
that,
second
Tumblr.
porn
now
gifs.
that you make me
Hashtag
aware
Kawaii
of
Momo 7.
it.
You know who that was. Tell me you fucking.
No.
You
Okay,
gross.
Nah,
continue.
bro,
Sorry,
no.
Tim, we're interrupting you.
So yeah, so after that,
Okay.
I moved
Tell
to
us more
Instagram.
about your review. Yeah.
All right. So basically, I chose film as a major because I've been this film kid or this nerd. To be frank, I've been like quite a film nerd since I was a kid. Yeah, no, seriously. Like I used to watch all these really old movies, and then I'd watch everything. Like you can ask Mark. Like, I'd watch movies that he's never even heard of, and then I'd watch them like
Tim
the
will
day of
watch
release.
anything.
Yeah,
Tim will watch
not anything.
He watches
Mark.
porn for the plot. You know, he's that kind of guy.
That's actually kind of true. Yeah, like if there's
That's
not enough
amazing,
plot, then well, what is the point?
Then
What
you
is the
can't.
point?
You can't. Yeah.
You can't. You know.
Viewers. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Tim's always been this a little oddball, kind of like he enjoys the weirder things in life. He also appreciates them. I think you can say that. Appreciates kind of like, he watches weird shit that I don't even know of or ever heard of.
I mean, just like if, for example, if there's a, of course, all the geek stuff I'm into, like Star Wars and all that stuff, and everything. Even like, for example, if there's like a Oscar nominees, like 10 for Best Picture, 9 for Best Picture, I'd watch like all of them, and then it's been like tradition every year, and then it's sort of been a big thing for me, and then I mean, there's not many people who watch like everything the way I do, but now that sounds wrong, but still. I think I'm one of the few people who pay quite attention to the score, the soundtrack. Like if it's not memorable, then I won't remember the movie per se. And so I think I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
And that's true.
Because I mean, just to get the discussion started, like if Star Wars never had like John Williams to have compose all the music, all the big names or big songs like the Imperial March, the Binary Sunset, all that stuff, the main theme. Then it won't be half as memorable. It'll just, end up just similar to Star Trek, who doesn't have a very obvious theme.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I think that's one key characteristic of, I would suppose, like 70s, 80s, 90s kind of movies, because like they have a really strong sense of like the song,
exactly.
It's like when you think of like Back to the Future, it's like a particular score. It's like that like sound whatever, right? Like they have like this whole like riff to it, and like Jurassic Park. I mean, I'm just listing off John Williams movies now, but it's you know what I mean? Like movies in the past had their unique songs. Like Rocky had his own song, right? And like but then today's music, I mean, obviously there's some, and I feel like the scoring has gotten better or good in general. But the soundtracks or like the songs that come with it that make it iconic are
not very iconic.
It's not meeting the same threshold, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
there's exceptions, right? There's like La La Land. I think maybe.
I
But
agree.
that's like a clear musical, though, right? That's like
Yeah.
a musical. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to get the music, you have to like it. But like, other than that, I mean, like there's not a lot more. I'm sure there is, and we'll talk about it today. But I don't know where to jump off into this. You
Let's
mentioned
start-
John Williams.
How about this? How about we start with
Okay.
each of us talking about sort of the first soundtrack that you kind of remember?
Sure.
Like from
Yeah,
like childhood
okay.
movies and shit. Like, I don't know. What
Okay.
you go first. You go first.
Yeah, Tem, go first.
Wait.
Can you hear us?
Tim's just staring.
Well,
into
Yeah,
it's sort of
midnight
break.
right
It's sort of breaking up. It's sort of breaking up. But yeah, if you want me to go first, then sure. Okay.
Yeah, go first.
Yeah, please.
Well, the first one I could remember, like, I think was Jaws, which was
Nice.
also John
Oh,
Williams.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's very simple. It's like dun 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 dun, and then it's just like a few notes, but like it sort of indicates it indicates when something's about to happen. Like so in Jaws, like whenever it's like a normal score, like without the theme, it's a fake out. But whenever
one's
the
gonna
song
die,
comes
yeah.
on, oh shit, he's dead. And
Right.
after like I think that was one of the first ones that I really remember all before I watched Star Wars or anything. But the first few that I really liked was actually like all these really generic stuff, dude. Like I'm not gonna come on here and say like, oh, I remember the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I would have slept if I was a kid watching that. But
Right,
Yeah.
for sure, without a doubt.
like the first thing was probably Jaws, and then followed by Jurassic Park, because
Yes.
that is iconic. Like I really like that. And then it sort of went on to like Pirates of the Caribbean. Hans Zimmer. I really
Han did that, right? Han Zimmer did that, right?
Han did that. I mean, it's
Cool.
sick. It's absolutely like great. And
Yeah.
that
It's
Hans
sick,
Zimmer.
mate.
Hans Zimmer's a legend, bro. He
Yeah,
really
that
is a
guy's
legend.
Sure.
That guy's sick.
Huh. Any more?
Oh,
Any more that come
and
to mind?
a big massive part of my childhood was probably The Lion King. I mean, like
Oh.
nobody can debate
Yeah.
that. Like from
Yeah.
soundtrack to score, it's just fantastic. And
Yeah.
no Disney movie ever, regardless of what's gonna release this year or in the next 10, 20 years, is gonna come close to that. Like even the moment he goes up onto Pride Rock and the roars, and it's the score called. I mean, have you listened to the score of The Lion King?
Yeah. Can't wait to be king.
Okay.
That one.
No,
Yeah.
the ending score. It's called Remember.
Mhm.
But, yeah, this is so good. It's
It's
just,
pretty powerful.
It's so powerful, and Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
he can make anything look good.
Han is it Han again?
Is Hans
Yeah,
Zimmer
that's Hans
again
Zimmer.
for Lion
Hans
King?
Zimmer's everywhere, bro.
Man.
Bro, this
Hans
guy
Zimmer's
literally
everywhere.
every movie. Yeah.
Wait, okay. So I mean, like, I don't know a lot about movies. Like, that's why we're music guys. We're not movie guys.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're the
exactly.
movie guy, right? And
exactly.
I guess my question is like who are the prominent ones in like the field? And like maybe give some examples behind those names. I obviously I know John Williams, I know Hans Zimmer, but like I didn't know that these big ones are like Hans Zimmer too. I was like, what the fuck? Like what names kind of come to mind for you, at least as someone who like cares about movies?
Shit. I mean, it's just so many, and nowadays, like, they're still prominent. Hans Zimmer is still really prominent, and there are quite a few that Alan Silvestri is still really prominent. And
Is that the
what
Harry
does he
Potter
do?
guy?
Alan Silvestri?
Who did Harry
think
Potter?
I'm not so
Wasn't
sure.
it
who did
John
Harry
Williams,
Potter.
bro. That's John
Might-
Williams.
It might be John Williams, man.
It's
sick.
John Williams.
Alan Silvestri did Back to the Future and the Avengers movies. all that stuff.
Oh,
And,
Avengers movies. Shit.
Yeah, like not the second one. The second one's fucking god awful.
Avengers
but,
is a modern day one that I think has really iconic sounds.
like I'm just I think the reason why people liked 1, 3, and 4 so much was partially down to the music, because the second one was just so forgettable. It was actually by Danny Elfman, who's also pretty popular, but it was just so like they wanted to be so edgy and dark. Like,
right.
Ultron,
We're talking about Ultron,
but
right?
then, like, yeah, Ultron, which was like, I mean, I don't. Okay, this is about movies, but like, why would you call it Age of Ultron if he's like evil for like 3 or 4 days before you kill him? I mean, it's not an age. It's like a few days. It's more like Avengers, a few days of Ultron.
No, I think,
still.
I think they just used the comic book name. It was probably a comic book, so they just used that name.
No, totally.
They fucked up on that movie. Let's be honest, right? Before we move on,
they fucked that up.
I'm a
completely.
big fan of like Ultron in the comics or like in the cartoons, like because Ultron is like a big problem. He like keeps on coming back. Like he just uploads his consciousness into another machine, right? Like that's just his thing.
He's just
but like in this movie, he just dies. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck?
How do you kill like the cloud?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you kill Ghoul?
They messed up Ultron really badly, but then I feel like they had one eye on Thanos as well. So I mean,
sure.
But I think the first one was like, okay, the first one, looking back on it now, it's kind of corny and all that. Well, all of it's corny, but you know,
it's meant to be, man.
It's meant to be corny. I live for that shit, bro. I live for that shit. But I mean, the first one. Like the original Avengers theme when it's zooming out and then it's Stark Tower, which is Avengers. I was like, fuck. Or like every single title card, from 1 to 3 and 4, it's like one liner and then and then I'm like, oh yes, I'm pumped. I'm already hyped. Like, It's just so
the
good.
equivalent. I mean, like, I feel like also the Marvel theme, you know, like the scroll, the first, like,
din.
That's become iconic too.
No, that gets me so hyped. That gets me so hyped. In ways that the
equivalent of that is the Star Wars scroll.
That's actually by Michael Giacchino.
Oh,
Michael
really?
what?
Yeah. I agree. Like, you know, I think it was something different at first, but then they sort of updated it in 2016. So it's become the one that you all know now. It's like and then it's like I hear that. Like I'm watching WandaVision right now, then every single time I hear that, I'm like, oh my god, yes. Fuck. So good.
Yeah. Dude, did you notice that they just inserted the Marvel thing in like episode 3 or 4? I forget. They just inserted it. It wasn't in the first 2 episodes. Because
WandaVision?
WandaVision. Because a little spoiler. Kind of. Like the first 2 episodes aren't even Marvel if you think about it. It's just like within their universe. That much.
It's a sitcom.
Yeah, so I get it. I get the symbolic nature of why they put Marvel in like the 3rd or 4th episode. But I was just gonna say it's similar to the Star Wars scroll thing, right? Because like when you see Star Wars, like you know how like it comes up with like all the text and it goes like, you know, in the galaxy far, far away, and how here's the conflict, and you just like get thrown in the middle of the galaxy, right? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same thing with Marvel. It's
always
mentally preparing you, right? And I think like that's so powerful.
I agree.
It's the power of like music and like visuals, obviously, to like get you to that point, right? But to me at least, it's the music.
Definitely.
Like it's like setting the ambiance before you get transferred to or transported, maybe the better word, to a new you know.
I agree. Like
reality.
in I think both Infinity War and Endgame, they had like really memorable tracks. Like Infinity War had that. There's a track called Forge, and it's the part where you know a lot of them are getting beaten in Wakanda.
Forging his axe.
No, yeah, that too. And then like people are getting beaten up in Wakanda, and it's like oh no, doom and gloom.
Spoilers.
And then when Thor comes in, and then I was like, my theater clapped, bro. My theater was getting started.
Did you watch it in a white country?
Yes, white country. UK.
White people love clapping.
White people love clapping. Right?
No, bro.
Lands a plane, starts
Go watch
clapping.
a Marvel movie in India, bro. Go watch a Marvel movie in India. It's even worse. It's like they whistle. It's like when Cap says, "Let's go get the son of a bitch." They're like, "Oh, oh."
I think that would be so much fun. That'd be so much fun watching a movie and everyone's just like getting hyped.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but my friend Luke, Tim, you also know him, but he's from South Africa, and he told me that when he was watching Black Panther, the whole theater was like another level, man. Like it was so hyped, because like for them, it was the first time that like their cultures were being represented in a very cool way. Because traditionally, African culture was only represented in like drug lords. Or like
or they're the victims, or they're the victims of something.
And in this case, it's like fucking like the pinnacle of development, and he's cool. Like obviously, like Black Panther is fucking dope, and like they were actually blending in real cultures, right? Awesome. So like maybe I'm saying this like Hossa, like Hossa language was like just popping up at different points in the movie, and like I mean, credit to the people who created like Ryan Coogler. What's his name? Is that
Ryan Coogler?
Yeah. Like credit to him and his team that like they managed to blend in the language into like kind of like the movie itself, and like credit to Ludwig Goransson.
Oh, that guy's sick. Yeah.
Who is a fucking? I think he's the modern day legend. Like he's gonna be the modern day Hans Zimmer. I think he's gonna be the next big thing in my opinion.
He did Tenet, bro. Have you seen Tenet? Have you guys seen Tenet? Yeah. So basically, it's a Christopher Nolan film, and usually he uses Hans Zimmer. But this one, he
did Tenet.
I don't know how to say his last name. And Tenet, the soundtrack of Tenet was sick.
Yeah.
Like I remember after I saw the movie, I came out of the theater, and like for a week after, I was just listening to the soundtrack, like biking and shit.
Yeah. I mean, like I love Ludwig right now, and he's on a roll, right? Like you said, he did Tenet, he did Black Panther,
Mandalorian. He did
Mandalorian, and I think
Mando.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mandalorian, and I appreciate how he is like accepting of other cultures. I think it helps that he's not American too, and he has a Korean wife. And like it's like he himself is the definition of like blending of cultures, right? So I think like it's perfect in ways of like incorporating many sounds into one, and I think that's perfect. And he has a lot of experience producing for Childish Gambino as well, and like I love it, right? Like he did basically all of his albums, like literally like all of it. So it's like he has a lot of experience under his belt, both scoring and both,
That's it. He did Creed, dude. Creed soundtrack is like one of my favorites ever. Like it's so like I still listen to it when I work out. Like for like years. Yeah.
Well, I guess we jumped a lot, ahead. But Afindi, what's your kind of like favorite kind of like childhood? Yeah, I don't know, like anything that has impacted you.
Honestly, like I said, like Creed, like right now, like I like in the most recent years, like I always come back to the Creed soundtrack,
right?
And like I think it's like it's nice because it's like
because I think it's good because it has a modern interpretation of the Rocky soundtrack. I think that's my take on it, right? It's like Rocky to me has the best sports soundtrack ever. Like no matter what, like the montage scene of like punching meat, punching meat and running up the stairs.
Punching meat,
like
damn.
Iconic. Punching meat. That's what I
just beating my meat, man. I need a soundtrack. I need Ludwig Goransson to fucking score me beating my meat.
Me beating my meat.
Just Sylvester Stallone coaching you. Like, you just know how to tell the fight in the meat.
Dude, there's like a Pornhub parody of Sylvester Stallone just jerking off, but with the soundtrack in the back. I'm beating my meat, and then he's walking up the stairs beating his meat. Okay, never mind.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, okay, but I love that you have that for an answer. Do you have anything else? Like what do you want to talk about more about that a little bit more? Like Creed?
Yeah, it's sick, man. Like it's nice. Like it's like there's a lot of like hip hop elements that gets incorporated into it.
Yeah.
Which I think is like
that's
super special. Gambino.
Yeah.
It's super special, just like the Black Panther soundtrack. Because it's talking like it's like an Afrocentric like themed movie, right? So for them to include like elements of like hip hop music in it, like even with Creed as well, like it was really cool. Like he like featured artists like Janae Aiko and shit, like in the Creed soundtrack, and then just a bunch of fucking like rappers and shit.
Right.
And it's sick, man. Like I don't know. I just thought it was really special. And it's also and the Creed soundtrack is also it's like you said, it's like a modern reinterpretation of the Rocky soundtrack, and it's like and it's motivational as fuck, and that's what
motivational as fuck.
I think that's like the most like hard hitting like soundtrack for me, is because it just
for sure.
Like if you put it on in the morning, like you're gonna have a productive morning, like you're gonna go get up and go do something,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I just want to talk about Black Panther a little bit, maybe before I talk about my own thing. But Black Panther to me is like the best score, soundtrack, whatever you want to call it, both even, to any modern day movie, like since like the original ones that we were talking about. Like it's like perfect, like from beginning to end. Like the sound, like sonically. Yeah. Like it's beautiful. Like I was watching it. I sat next to Daniel, our friend of Hindi, and I was like, oh, this is the music. I was like tapping him on his shoulder. I was like, oh shit, because like the whole time it was like, how do you incorporate like African like Afro beat into like a Marvel universe? That's so cool. And like it was amazing to me, and I think not only that, but it also came out with a whole album, right? Which is like ridiculous too. Yeah. Like it that was came like the whole Kendrick Lamar shit. Yeah, Top Dog Entertainment stuff. Yeah, and like that was amazing too. So it was like I think it came out. They were smart in their marketing of this. I think like it came out all at the same time, and like they're just geniuses for pushing the cultural movement towards the direction, right?
I mean, it got nominated for Best Picture, bro. Like, thanks to their marketing with the whole like cultural movement. Like the first.
Yeah. It's an impactful piece of art. That's what it is, you know. Even if it's like it's like for the market. Like even if it's meant to like be a blockbuster, I think its themes are still like significant enough and like important enough. Like I think they released it in February too, like Black History Month, as well.
It was released.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I think it was
that's it.
But
February.
I heard together, everyone was talking about how like Black Panther is such an important time for the BLM movement. Yeah. And like, I mean, it is, but I think it was overstated. And I think now looking back, yes, it was overstated. Like, because they were like, this is a turning point. Like Black Panther is a turning point. I'm like, nah. Like I think it has added to it. I don't think it has been the triggering point, but
it's not. The turning point was this summer, bro.
I don't even think it is.
The turning point. You don't think the turning point was this summer?
No, I don't. I think it's gonna be a long battle. It's gonna be. It's an American thing. It's a inherently American problem. So I think it's gonna be like the problem for the next century. Anyhow, a little heavy there, but like, please.
I just want to add to what Mark said. Like, I think there's like obviously everyone knows the Wakanda theme, right? When the you know the ship flies in, and I think one of my favorite tracks in the whole score was definitely when. You know the shot where Killmonger walks into the throne, and then it's the camera's like
Killmonger's
rotates.
theme.
Yeah, I was like, God, so good. So good, man. Yeah, Jesus, like it's genuinely incredible.
It's mind melting. I think like how good it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe I just want to touch base on a few of mine, and maybe like we can talk about some of them. I'm just gonna list them, and maybe you just like talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Sure.
So I think the first two ones I have are Disney. I'm gonna group them together. So one is Goofy Movie. Affinity knows this about me. I talk about it too much. I think it has one of the best soundtracks in any Disney movie, because like they have Tevin Campbell singing in it. He's like an R&B like pop star basically back in the day. And secondly, I fucking love Hercules. I think Hercules is the best beginning to end cartoon, like music wise, like any cartoon has ever had. Like, and it incorporates gospel music, which is ridiculous.
It's weird.
And like, I was listening to one of the creators, and he was like, "This is a movie about the gods. That's why we wanted to incorporate gospel." And I'm like, "Bro, that's genius! Like what the fuck? That's genius." So they incorporated that, and I love that. And maybe a third one, for obvious reasons. I have a lot of action figures to my left here, but I love Star Wars. Star Wars is my thing, and you know, I grew up on that shit, and people give me a lot of hate. But I love the prequels. I love the prequels, man. Like I don't like Attack of the Clones. Let's be honest here. But Phantom Menace to me has the best scoring in any of the Star Wars films. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I like Phantom Menace like score like. It's the best one out of all of them. Really? Because, like, basically John Williams saved the movie. Like, at least, like, from an objective view. Like, it's, like, a pretty bad movie, but, like, John Williams saved it. And I think, just talking about the music, yeah, I feel like Phantom Menace's soundtrack is the best in all of the Star Wars films. And maybe just honorable mentions. I'm a big fan of, you know, what's that fucking name? Back to the Future. That's Indiana Jones. I was gonna say that Indiana Jones. I just had like a whole marathon the other day, and like to me that's also fucking iconic. Like from beginning to end of the whole saga. Like perfect score.
Yep,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have watched you know the Netflix show where there's like the movies that made us or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They talk about Home Alone. And Home Alone is one of those movies that they were like, it wouldn't have been good without John Williams' music. And I think that's true.
That's
very
true.
You think about it, right? Because Home Alone, I mean, like, it is cute and it's fun, but it doesn't have the heart yet. If you take out the music, right? But if you add in the music and it's like him looking out into the snow and it's like, like it's very like go listen to the Home Alone soundtrack first of all. That's John Williams, okay? And like it's like super iconic, and it provides this heart that the movie was kind of not achieving just yet. It might have achieved like maybe like 70% of it, but John Williams pushed it to be an iconic film, and I think those movies that I listed come to mind when it comes to be like, yo, those are iconic to me. Like those were the things that kind of like influenced my upbringing. Do we want to talk about any of them? I know I've already talked
definitely.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think for Home Alone, like, it's a good thing that you raised the whole point about his score making it a good film, because like if you just make it like, you know, really like generic score, it's just a slapstick comedy. Like two grown-ass men getting out.
It's literally Tom and Jerry.
A little fucking kid. Yeah.
Literally Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, and then with John Williams, like I think he made all the Star Wars. I mean, of course, I'm also a big Star Wars fan. I think the only mediocre one to me, to me at least, I think
Phantom Menace
is 2.
The second one. The second one was so bad, bro. So bad.
I don't like sand.
Clone Wars.
It's rough. Yeah. It gets everywhere.
Clone Wars is so bad.
No, Clone Wars is different.
Yeah, Clone Wars is the cartoon. But I think he made all of the even just Ep9, which Mark knows I despised. Like, you know, still really good. And I think that almost every Star Wars movie ever ends with Binary Sunset. Like,
Yeah.
and then cut to credits, and then I think that's what gets us hyped for the next one, or gets us feeling.
Gets us sad, emotional.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, exactly. Even Rogue One had the perfect use of that as well.
Yeah.
Rogue One was honestly one of my favorites.
Yeah,
agreed.
same.
Absolutely agreed.
So good, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I cried a lot in the episode 9 one. Not gonna lie, like I cried when like Lando came in with like his crew, like in the
right.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I'm crying. And then I cried at the ending scene too, because it was like the ending of a whole saga, right?
Oh,
I cried.
That's good. I cried for different reasons at that point.
Because the movie was bad.
Yeah,
I want my money back.
No, I got so fucking pissed off, dude. It was like at the end, I was like, Ray who? Like, who the fuck says Ray who? Like at what point ever did you have to state your full name? When
right.
And then then I'm like, no, don't you fucking dare. And then you see like the Force Ghost. I'm like, please, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't massacre like Ray Skywalker. I'm like,
yeah,
like. No,
I don't
bro.
I don't hate it. You do.
No.
You know.
I know.
We'll talk about this on a different podcast.
Yeah.
But I feel like, okay, like one thing I've heard a myth, at least I guess you can call it a myth or urban rumor, that you know the ending song to episode 1 where they're like celebrating in Naboo.
Wait, is it Phantom Menace or
Phantom Menace? Phantom Menace. Sorry. When like you know the song? Yeah. But apparently that one, either slowed down or reverse, is the theme song of Palpatine.
Oh.
You know how genius that is? You know how fucking genius that is?
That's pretty sick. That's really sick.
Like, he's foreshadowing what is to come by using that song and speeding it up or whatever it was, to make it like celebratory, but actually it's the song of the Emperor.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? Like, I just wanted to add to that. I don't know if this is true or not. I've heard it many times throughout my Star Wars fandom. But yeah, man. Like, I mean, I guess I'm gonna force my way through it. But I want to talk about the Disney movies that I mentioned. I feel like Disney to me has like a good track record of having good movies with good scores. Because I think it's because they're in the business of musicals, or you know, that kind of movie, right? Like, they literally sing in the movies.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that you have to have good scoring. You have to have good whatever. And to me, there's only a handful, but I think the early 90s stuff takes it. Like, all of them. Like, let me talk about like Ariel, Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Mulan too, actually.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Lion King, like you mentioned. I think Hercules should be in there too. Dude, fucking, you know what? I feel bad for this next movie here, Tarzan. I think Tarzan has been one of those movies that has been forgotten by Disney itself. Like, it doesn't promote Tarzan as much because I don't think they know how. Like, it's like, how do I market a wild guy?
How do you sell anything from that, man?
Yeah, you can't sell like Collins, bro. You sell Phil Collins.
You can't sell costumes. You know, for Halloween, I'm not gonna go as Tarzan as like an 8-year-old.
Exactly.
You know?
Not yet, bro. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, but it's just one of those movies that like kind of like disappeared. Like, I mean, like I understand like it's very important and we think it's important, right? But if you start looking at like, I go to Disney quite often because my family's kind of a Disney household. And we enjoy the parades and stuff like that. And like, most of the time, Tarzan isn't there anymore, man. It's like so sad.
Does have a half-naked dude,
definitely
bro.
Forgotten. Yeah,
Hercules is definitely.
Dude. Yeah. I heard Hercules is coming. They're coming out with a live action, so that might be cool.
That will definitely be decent. I mean, I hope
they'll revive it at least. Like,
I
want them to not forget it.
Mulan. For the love of God, don't do what they did.
Yeah,
they should stop making live action movie, man. That's my argument. Yeah. Just leave it. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
I agree. Actually,
I mean, I think they fucked up with the last two. Well, you know,
that's a lot.
I think it was Mulan, and before that was The Lion King. I think. It was,
Lion King was pretty shit.
No, just
I think
like
Lion King. Yeah. Lion King was too safe. I think the issue with Lion King, it was like shot by shot the same.
But I don't get it. I don't get so much like the choices. Like, why would you make "Be Prepared" like one of the most iconic villain songs ever, like a speech?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. And then with what you call it, "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" That's supposed to be like fucking the cherry on top at night. And yes, especially
also at night. It's like
it's in the afternoon, and then Beyonce's like, ah! And Childish Gambino's is like, you know, him.
Yeah.
But then like no one told Beyonce like, hey, calm the fuck down. Just calm down. And then
it's like it's wasted potential, man. Like straight up. Like there's so many good names in that movie, but like it's such wasted potential. I feel like they should have utilized their voices a little more. Yeah. Like if anything, right? Like make new songs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, I think with the one before that, Aladdin was decent. Aladdin, right? Aladdin. Sure. And then people would like to give
Thai Tourette's. I'm
sorry, but you know, like usually
salmon.
Aladdin. You know, I didn't know what to say, bro. Anyways,
go on.
All right, so basically, you know, people got a lot of complaints, and then a lot of backlash over Will Smith's casting. But then when you watch it, like if that movie didn't have Will Smith, it wouldn't have been watchable like at all. Like,
definitely.
He just made it, decent. And then I think if they're gonna do Hercules, then they can't take out what made it good. It's like Mulan. Like, okay, me and Mark and like a lot of
took out Mushu.
Yeah, Mushu, even the King Cricket, or like I'll Make a Man Out of You. At that point, I was like, okay, you have to at the very least put in an instrumental, just like in the training montage. I'm like, and I'll be happy. Yeah. And then they didn't do that. And then they did
Reflection
they did it as an instrumental. I was like,
I didn't even fucking bother watching it.
Yeah, man. don't do it.
It was pretty bad.
It's pure trash.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, that was honestly
not good. I do like the colors though. They have good colors in that film.
Yeah,
that's about it. That's the only compliment I have.
Cinematography wise, it looked kind of cool.
It was really nice. And with Hercules, I think I also agree with Mark. It's like, go the distance or Zero to Hero or whatever. It's fantastic, man. It's
exactly
full of energy and shit.
No chance, no way. I will say no.
Yeah, that's a banger right there.
That's the best song.
Yeah,
and like I mean, like he it's amazing. I wanted to, be taken seriously, like because I'm a big fan of Hercules, like and I feel like it has been forgotten compared to the same movies that came out during the same time, such as Mulan, such as Aries and all that shit, right? And I feel like it has been forgotten. So I do think that it has to have its time in the spotlight a little bit more.
I hope they actually don't make a fucking live action though.
I mean, they are. They just straight up.
Really? Why do they? There's never been a well-made live-action movie ever. Okay, Jungle Book was all right. Did you see Jungle Book?
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Jungle Book. I thought it was okay. Like I was like, oh, nice.
Okay, I'm gonna sound like the biggest Disney fan.
Douche, you already do.
Here. Yeah, thank you. But I think out of all the Disney live action remakes, I'd say Beauty and the Beast was the most like accurate one.
Hermione's in it, man.
Hermione, but like they added like 2 songs that were somewhat fitting to the thing, and then the costume design, the cinematography, and everything was just it's accurate. Nice, and then after that it's sort of like we're just gonna make this and be really safe, or like make controversial casting decisions because why not? And then I think what Mark said, Tarzan as well. I think Phil Collins deserves a lot more love for You'll Be in My Heart. Was it?
Do you yeah, he deserves way more. Like that whole movie was saved by him too. Well, it's already a good movie, sorry, but like he puts a cherry on top, right? He makes it that movie. He makes it the iconic movie.
Definitely.
Yeah, do you think if they made a live action Tarzan, do you think we could see his dick on the screen?
They did make a live action Tarzan, bro.
Yes, they did. It wasn't Disney.
It was just the dude with the six pack.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't want to watch that.
It was dude with the six pack. It was sick.
Yeah. It was him fighting a gorilla, and then I don't think the gorillas. I don't even remember that movie. I watched it, but I don't remember it. Like that's how forgettable it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn. Oof.
Damn.
That girl was.
I guess we talked about. Though. What?
That girl was in it. The girl from Wolf of Wall Street, the Australian girl, the
Margot
blonde
Robbie.
one.
Margot
Robbie. I love Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie was in the Tarzan.
She's a good
movie.
actress. Was she?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's all I remember. I was just like, oh, Margot Robbie. It's raining and Margot Robbie was wet.
Yeah.
That's
all I remember. What a movie. Iconic. Straight away. Instant classic. Instant classic.
I love Margot Robbie, man.
I guess we talked about movies that we love. I think it's appropriate to talk about movies that we hate in terms of let's focus on the music first. Okay. And then we kind of touched on Lion King. I think it was a lot of wasted potential there. Like straight up, like it needed more.
Yeah.
I'm also I don't get that. Okay, let me start off. Maybe just to get your gears kind of moving a bit. I'm not a big fan of the Hamilton soundtrack. And maybe because I don't care about the American history. Maybe. but okay, let me rephrase. I appreciate the groundbreaking medium that they took. Like, okay, I'm calling it a movie because they took it to movie format now.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But their whole thing was that it's a rap about the founding father, which is Alexander Hamilton. And I think it's groundbreaking in that they decided to do this, and it is a rap. But I don't think it should have been hyped to the extent that it did. Because people literally listen to that on their iTunes and shit.
By
and
Hamilton?
White
soundtrack?
Yeah,
and someone's rapping?
Yeah, you don't know about this? Like Hamilton is like a rap, bro. Like the whole album is a rap.
It was groundbreaking. Like a lot of people wanted to watch it just because it was like a rap musical, the world's first rap musical or something.
And it's amazing. Whatever. First of all, it's amazing production. I just don't think that it should have been hyped to the level of like I listen to this on a daily basis. You know, like I listen to this on my bus ride to work. Like that's kind of like a little much for me. Like I think it's like a good musical. Like it's really good. But yeah, like stuff like that kind of like disappoints me or like kind of like grinds my gears a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. One of those things. Like what kind of movies come to mind when you're like, damn, like that could have been better. Like it's such a good movie, but like the sound is not good. Like it's not there.
Honestly, man, like some of the Marvel movies actually.
Most
like I think that a lot of them could have been a lot more iconic.
Yeah.
Like like honestly, like Spider-Man, not great soundtrack.
No.
Like the Spider-Man that we grew up with, like with I don't know. Like that was actually good. Like whenever I hear that, I would be like Spider-Man. But the Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't remember it as well. And I think and I would also argue that Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite. Is probably my favorite movie of all time. Like not even kidding.
Okay.
Like Into the Spider-Verse.
I understand that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that they chose a lot of like the score was good, but if I could change one thing, it would just have to be a more memorable, like a more memorable.
Post Malone. Take out Post Malone.
Honestly, Sunflower was a good song, man. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think
make it pre Malone, not Post Malone.
I think no. Like I thought that whole thing was really well done, but there was nothing like iconic about the sound, and they're gonna make like more animated Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies, and I think it's just like they just needed something that would be like when you hear, like you were talking about this earlier, like a few notes and you're like, okay, this is Indiana Jones or like this is Star Wars.
Like
they need that for a hero of like Spider-Man's caliber. They need something a lot more iconic.
Agreed.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I think those are the underwhelming ones. You said Marvel, and what came to mind was something good, I guess. But Thor, Ragnarok, they had a lot of old school rock. And I think that was like amazing.
Thor Ragnarok was so funny, bro. It's such a good movie.
Ragnarok and all of the Guardian of the Galaxies, they have good music. Like, they just bring in old shit, right? Which is like appropriate, I think. That's little thing that came to mind. Tam, what comes to mind when we talk about bad, like movies that are good but didn't hit the mark because the music gap?
Okay, I think, can I have 2 answers?
Sure, you can have 2 answers. As many as you want.
Fine, I'll have like 50. No, just kidding. I think the first thing I'd say is I definitely agree with Vindy here regarding all the Marvel stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, they have a lot of really iconic, well, not iconic, but popular and somewhat memorable scores. Like Guardians of the Galaxy has like and then like the soundtrack itself, the music. Fun fact that James Gunn actually filmed the scenes, each scene, or like edited each scene with like the soundtrack already in mind. Like, he'd write the soundtrack first, and then he'd film the movie, and both 1 and 2.
That's crazy.
And that's why it was so fitting. And all the songs, like first one was Hooked on a Feeling and all that stuff, and second one was
it's similar to. One sec. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
You remember Baby Driver?
Yes,
that was
apparently it's a very similar story where the director or the writer had just all this like a playlist, basically wrote the movie according to like the songs that he liked.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they just made the movie, and that's why it's so good.
Yes. Yeah, that movie was really famous for the soundtrack as well. Like, but going back to the things that
Baby Driver, right? Baby Driver is sick.
That was
go back to your thing.
But I feel like Captain America also has his own theme that we heard at the end of Endgame and in all of his movies. But I'd say Spider-Man is wasted potential because you literally have like the best thing, right? Like you can just do because it's in the trailer. It's in the trailer, and then like it gets you pumped. Like, I want to see this movie. Yeah, and then you're in it, and you're like, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Are you talking about Tom Holland or Into the Spider-Verse?
Tom Holland, and Into the Spider-Verse also, in a sense that like of course What Up Danger and what you call it, Sunflower, all that stuff. It's really good, but it doesn't have a clear theme. And then I think quite a lot of the Marvel movies do have that. Like, if it's outside of the popular guys, like all the Guardians or Captain America, Avengers, all that stuff, like Ant-Man or there's quite a lot, like Captain Marvel, all that stuff. Like, they don't have like really, even Thor doesn't have like a very obvious theme, which is wasted potential because literally every superhero ever, like even Batman and all that stuff, like Batman with Hans Zimmer in it's like it's just really memorable. And I think that's my quip with Marvel. But aside from that, like I'm a ridiculous fanboy. And then the second one is also Star Wars to challenge Mark's thing, but not for the sake of I want to challenge you, but like for the sake of that, he scored, like John Williams, he scored all 9 films, right? But he didn't do Rogue One, and he didn't do Solo. So we're not gonna touch. Well,
he did Solo. He did Solo.
Really?
He did half of it. Yeah, he influenced with John Powell, whatever his name is.
Like I feel that his work in let's just talk about his most recent work. Like 7 was good. 8 was great. I think I'd say out of the new trilogy, sequel trilogy or whatever.
Yeah. Are you talking about the music only, or are you talking about
the music?
Really? I thought it was kind of all the same.
No, like you know, the throne room when he kills Snoke. Oops.
Yeah,
alert,
that was
like,
good.
And then, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I felt like, I don't know. I felt like he got lazy in episode. Not even lazy, but like, oh no. Maybe he was just watching it like, fuck, where do I go from here? And then like, you know, the part where Lando appears, it's all happy. It's like, and then all that stuff. But then when Palpatine is defeated and all that stuff, Binary Sunset appears, right? And it comes when General Pride, you know, the guy who's, you know, not Hux, who Hux was probably supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like running. It's like, oh shit, and then like, why are you putting it here? We don't care. I don't get it. And then you have it again at the end, which is okay, a Star Wars tradition. But aside from that, it's just sort of like he was done with it. Like episode 9, like this is my last Star Wars film ever, and then I'm going out on such a low. I'm like, it's a bit of a shame because I'm a huge fan of him and I'd always listen to his stuff. But yeah, that really underwhelmed me.
Well, you know, I guess let's just use this as a last point, okay? I don't want to rebuke that. I think he chose to include that because it was the rebels were winning for the first time. It seemed the odds were against them. And like it was like a motivational thing when Lando comes in, right? And then it's the theme song, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's a theme song. And then if I don't remember that scene that you're talking about, but if it is true to what you're saying, I can see why. Because it's like saying that like, yo, like they're winning. Like the hope, the fire to hope is kind of igniting again. It's like is bursting, it's exploding, and like bad people are dying.
No, I agree with that.
Stuff like that.
I understand
get it,
that
though, Tim. I feel like you're just being critical of the movie because you hate the movie at this point.
No. Okay, hear me out.
I think so.
Hear me out.
I think.
Okay.
No, let me say one more thing.
Fine.
The last film, episode 9, to me, has the best scoring in the sequels. In my opinion. Last Jedi is definitely close to that though, because it has the throne scene. But I think the last one was super grand. It was grand because it's like the equivalent of like anime, like when like Naruto or something has like trained all his life and he's fighting the last boss, you know. Like that's the equivalent of what it was. Okay, your point.
All right, so basically, I just want to make a point that, you know, I feel that, okay, there are 2 movies in 2019 that were like, you know, saga enders or whatever, but the universe won't end, obviously, like Star Wars.
Sure.
The universe won't end after Rey or whatever, but it'll continue. She'll have like, maybe she'll have her own Disney Plus series, who knows, but, and Marvel as well, like, Endgame's the, well, end, but it's the end for just what?
Phase 3.
Like
it's the end of phase 3. They're having phase 4 and stuff later. More Black Panther, more just
Thanos,
everything.
The Thanos saga comes to an end like whatsoever, and Iron Man, Captain America, they sort of retire and all that stuff. So I think these 2 movies, they are very, very similar. Like in like especially in a structural sense, except that you know, Thanos didn't appear out of nowhere. The way Palpatine sort of did, which was damage control from J.J. Abrams. But the thing is, like the structural, like the end point, the final battle is literally identical. Like we're losing, and then Lando appearing is like Doctor Strange opening all the portals and shit. But I feel that Alan Silvestri handled that way better than John Williams did, because
really?
You know. Yeah, no, for me, because like if you go back and listen to the portal scene, it fits.
It's the first Avengers soundtrack.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly.
And everyone's just like, what's it called?
And then, like,
Deus Ex Machina or something?
Yeah, but then
motherfucker,
okay,
that's the same thing, Tam. You just hate it because you're a hater.
Calm down. I don't hate Star Wars, bro. I love Star Wars, but
no, you hate the last film.
Yes, no. Okay, I don't hate the film as a film. I hate it as a culmination of the trilogy per se. You get what I mean, right?
You're a disappointed nerd.
I'm a disappointed nerd, exactly. Which is me most of the time. But like, you know, I feel that putting Binary Sunset here and there, or it's the equivalent of, like, you know, when Thanos is vanishing, it's like dun 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 dun, and then, or something like that. So
no, it's not. No, it's not. That's a bad example. No, it's not. That's not a good example.
I mean,
nerds.
I don't.
You fucking
no,
nerds.
That's not.
You fucking nerds. You're literally arguing. You know what you guys are arguing about? You guys are arguing
the placement
about
of the song.
The placement of the song "Binary Sunset" in the last Star Wars films. Was it good or was it bad? This is what we're doing on a fucking Tuesday morning, bro.
This is what me and Mark do every single time we just go have dinner or lunch. It's like 3 or 4 hours of nonstop Star Wars discussions. But that's literally it. Like,
basically,
literally.
Yeah, and I guess that's a good point to close it off. I mean, we'll have more conversations in the future. I have a good feeling that Tem, you will be on more episodes in the future. We'll have more discussions of the sort.
Sure.
So Tem, on this podcast, we have a tradition of sharing music that has inspired us or influenced us, like right now, like in our current day. Like what do you turn on to listen to when you do have the chance to listen to music?
Okay.
And share that with people who are listening, because, you know, it's important. And like, we welcome people to the music circle.
All right. So, you know, I think I've expressed my fandom enough on this podcast for like an hour or so. But
he's gonna say Binary
I'm not
Sunset.
gonna say Star Wars, bro. No. I don't listen to that when I work out, bro. It's like no, but seriously,
it's kind of sick, man.
Just lifting.
I think
like my favorite is the theme of the Rebels when the Rebels come in with the fucking thing and then the theme comes out. I was like, oh fuck, let's go.
Yeah.
Like
let's go. Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna recommend a really generic ass one, but
go for
Main
it,
on End. It's Main on End by Alan Silvestri.
What even is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's the credit. It's the song that plays in the credits of Endgame. Like it's a rendition. Okay. It's a more grand rendition of Portals. Thank you. And I think that it's
anything else.
I like
a couple songs.
Okay, in a more reserved soundtrack, I'd say wait, I'm gonna have a few minutes to think, but you guys can go ahead first.
Okay,
I'm trying to find.
I'll go.
Okay, well, Findy, think of a song.
I got it. It's called Aries by Gorillaz. Aries, like the horoscope, or the fucking star sign or whatever,
or the god,
yeah. And the other one is actually PK said this in one episode, but the whole soundtrack of Cowboy Bebop.
Okay, fair enough.
is on Spotify now. That's sick.
Great.
Yeah.
My song is so we were talking about scoring today, and what came to mind was Chasal. Chasal does his whole thing on scoring movies, and scoring his own movies. And a song from him that you might like is Birds Part 1 or either Pipornithology Part 2.
Yeah.
Very good songs. Another song that came to mind this week is Caught Up featuring Phony People, but it's by Van Jess.
What?
I'm a big fan of Phony People. This is a pop song, but I appreciate the funky tunes. Tem.
Right. So
did you come up with the song?
Okay, so it's do you guys know Justin Hurwitz? He's relatively new. He's worked on worked on films with Damon Chazelle, who directed Whiplash, La La Land, and First Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And
Whiplash soundtrack is also sick. Yeah,
it is
also
really
very
sick.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend the track called Epilogue, which is at the end of La La Land. It's literally like it's like a.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a medley of all the songs that came before, and then I think it's fantastic. It's a work of art. So,
it's pretty good. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
So
great.
Good.
Tem, thank you for being on this podcast, man. I appreciate it.
It's been an honor.
It was a long time coming. Do you want to promote any of your review stuff?
I mean, just I'm not really active right now per se because
fair enough.
Because there isn't a lot of
movies literally
to fucking review, and then like series like I don't want to binge watch
review
everything.
Porn, man.
Yeah,
all right,
you should do it.
I mean,
Ray
that's
Lil
definitely
Black on Blacked.
No,
okay,
but
the camera zooms in on penis a bit too much for my liking. I don't want to see the guy's reaction when I'm jerking off. It's all good.
Yeah,
I don't want to see this guy's face. So, okay, just
I don't want to be the camera to stay too long on the epilogue of after they end the scene. It's kind of ill, but yeah, I'm gonna review that instead. Probably get suspended in the first few days, but yeah.
Well, it's called Maha Reviews, right? Well, if you Tem Maha Review, well, I don't even know anymore, man.
Thank you.
But I don't even know anymore. Please go follow him. It's good stuff that he writes on each movies, and like I do take it though. I do listen to your reviews sometimes before I watch a movie. I'm like, Tem doesn't think this is good.
Cheers.
And,
read the reviews after you watch the movie, man.
No, it's mostly movies that I don't want to watch, but like it's like I'm free to watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. But yeah, man, like thank you for being on this podcast, dude.
Been an honor.
And to the audience,
I appreciate.
Tem doesn't have a mic, so it's probably shitty quality sound quality.
And Tem's internet was fucking trash, bro. This guy literally cut off every other sentence. Internet.
It's true. It's true.
I do apologize for that. And we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. Things will get better. Anyhow, thank you for listening. Thank you guys for talking to me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, talk to us, DM us, follow us, whatever, all that bullshit. We're also on Spotify. We're also on all those places. Hashtag please.
Tem actually watch our show, man.
Okay, bro. Okay, I'll have you on the background.
Yeah, bro.
Most of the time.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be, man. We're just
If it helps, I watched the May episode because that was
that's everyone watched that episode.
I think everyone watched that.
I think
everyone was
the
horny
most
for
views
May.
on that episode. I feel the rest is
everyone
there's
was
one with like what,
horny
2
for
views?
May. Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
I mean,
All right.
Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning
understandable.
All right, guys.
All right, bye guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye, lads.